Hi peeps, I am Bantalicious Manchild, and this is just a quick update video slash a tips video because that's what my channel's all about. First point to say is where I get my resources from so that I know whether my computer can run the game or not. Um, and this seems pretty trivial, but it's on the Steam game website or the Steam game page. So you go to a game on Steam and you scroll down a little bit and they'll come up with a load of system requirements. You should probably check your PC system requirements first, and you can do this via the control panel if it's a Windows computer. I haven't really looked into Macs because I'm not a massive Apple fan, but they should be ways to find it if you just do a general search for system setup or something like that on your computer. So if you do that, you should be able to find it. Um, but yeah, and then read through the recommendations for the game on there. And yeah, that's usually a good indication, but sometimes it's not. Like I play some Insurgency, and I think the recommendation on the Steam page is an Intel dual core E660 maybe, um, which has a clock speed of about 2.66 gigahertz. And whilst clock speed can vary and stuff, that's basically what I'm taking things on because it's a good indication of your computer's running speed and yeah, the specs that your computer should have. But I actually played Insurgency and I'm playing it fairly well. It's a little bit glitchy, which is a bit of an issue on Insurgency because the people that tend to play it tend to be very good um, at shooting people down, and so I sort of get a really bad kill death ratio because my mouse isn't very responsive because it's a bit laggy. But overall, yeah, I can play it, and I have got some footage and stuff which I'll upload soon, so you can actually see what the gameplay is like. Second point I wanted to say is you can also go to a couple of websites. The one that I primarily use, because it's got all of the game resources and stuff on there, is customrequirementslab.com. The link will be in the description, so yeah, check it out. And you go to there, you put in the game that you want, and it basically looks at your PC system, and yeah, it then tells you whether you can run the game or not. And it gives you a line, which is a good indication as well, and it tends to be a bit more accurate because it gives you the benefit of the doubt. If you've got a modern processor which can handle a lot more than the old processors of the same spec. So yeah, that's another good way of testing it. All it requires is Java, or you can download the app. They've got a desktop app which you can get. I just use it on the website because it tends to be a lot quicker for me. Or you can just look at the game requirements through their website, but you may as well look at that through Steam. But if the game isn't on Steam, like Slender or like Smite, then you can look at the system requirements for that on there because they've got a whole database of games. So yeah, that's really good. Third tip I'd really like to say is just make sure you know what your computer can run. Like I said in my intro video that my laptop's got a 1.8 gigahertz i3 processor, and yeah, it's a third gen i3, so it's very modern and it's a really good processor, and it's got 8 gigs of RAM, so it's more than enough really to handle a lot of the games. But it can struggle with some of the higher end games, but if you've got an older system, then it's more likely to struggle. And the other thing to say is that games are getting more advanced. Games are getting more system heavy, so you're going to have to upgrade your PC at some point, and not only just for gaming, but for all sorts of use, because computers are doing more multitasking and more complex operations. So you will have to upgrade your PC. So what I'm looking at the minute is just finding an old one, and then over time, gradually, because my laptop's fine for what I need it for at the minute, but over time, gradually spec it up. So buy a new chipset, buy a new fan, buy a new GPU and a new CPU, and yeah, all the bits and pieces, and just build your own PC over time, because that way it's not too much money and it works for gaming if that's what you want it for. But then as a desktop PC, it will also work. So that's another little tip that sort of saves you a bit of money, or makes it feel like it's saved you a bit of money. And I think the final tip for this video would be look out for a bargain, but also be careful. For example, I really trust Bandicam or Fraps because a lot of YouTubers use them, and I know a lot of people that are really close friends that use them, and they've never had an issue with it. But it could potentially be malicious. But yeah, I trust the people at Bandisoft, and so I use that. But it's free. It does come with like little downfalls, such as the 10-minute limitation and the watermark on the video. Um, there is a quite simple way around the watermark, which I probably will use in my future videos, unless I actually buy Bandicam, because it's not even that much. So, whilst I might be the budget gamer, I can spend some here and there to actually improve my videos, and that's what I want to do. I want to improve my video qualities for people. So, yeah, Bandicam is very good. It's very good software and it's very well made. So is Fraps. Seal Juice, who you will see featured in a couple more of my videos, actually uses Fraps, and yeah, he's never had a problem with that, and so I trust him with Bandicam and Fraps as well. So yeah, look out for a bargain because their Bandicam, I know for certain the free version is available and it works just as well as the pro version, but you do get limitations and some downfalls. But that's just it being free as opposed to paid for. But also be careful. There's an old saying which my dad said to me: "You don't get a free breakfast," and this is yeah true. So so yeah, just be careful. Don't go downloading really weird stuff that you've never heard of before, but it says that it's brilliant, because it could end up being malicious and infect your PC, and then you have to splash out on another PC. So that could be good or bad, because then you could get a better PC, but tends to be bad because you don't want to have to spend loads of money on a new one when you've got one that works fine. So just be careful what you're downloading. I only go for the things that I know other people have gone for and that they trust. So if I can trust it, if they can trust it, then I can trust it, and that's what I go on. So yeah, that's my little tips for today, at least. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, keep watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe on your way out. So see ya, peeps. Bantalicious out.